Redevelopment Commission. Welcome to the August 15th meeting. The agenda, number one, is to call to order Allison Duncan.
Here.
Ron Fisher.
Here.
Also present is Dr. Terry Reed.
Here.
Tim Jensen with Veritas, and Ian Nicolini, the town manager. Also in the audience is Gary Rakes with the town council. There's a correction on the agenda. A couple of joint executive session minutes have been approved previously. So we will move to the approval of the July 18th regular session minutes. These minutes have been previously distributed. If there's no corrections, they will be adopted as submitted. Hearing no objections. The approval of the July 18th, 2016 joint executive session minutes with any corrections. Again, these minutes have been previously distributed. If there's no objections, they will be approved as submitted. Hearing none, they are approved. Then there is an addition of the August 1st joint executive session minutes that have been previously submitted. Hearing no objections, they will be approved. Number 7 on the agenda is public comments. Anybody that would like to address the commission, feel free to do so. Seeing none. Number 8 on the agenda is the London Witty Group Financial Services Agreement. Ian or Tim, would you like to address that?
Mr. President, I'd be happy to. The proposal from London Witty is to conduct the bookkeeping and general fund reporting for the Redevelopment Commission. The scope of work is exactly what we've engaged in there, but we only had a 6-month contract at the start. So let's see here. I need to get the number for the engagement agreement. I apologize. It is $1,000 per month, and this is a 12-month agreement. It's vitally important that we have an idea of our cash flows, our cash position, to be able to forecast our resources, and also make the requisite financial reports to the state. And so we recommend continuing your contractual relationship with London Witty Group.
So would we need a motion to
a motion to adopt would suffice, and then we can make sure that the contract is executed from there.
I'll make a motion that we approve the contract with London Witty.
I'll second.
So there's a motion and a second for approval of the London Witty Group Financial Services Agreement for a period of 12 months at $1,000 a month. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, 3-0. Number 9 on the agenda is a letter of intent for the 2500 North High School Road property. Again, Ian, would you like to address?
Sure. The commission earlier this year put out a request for proposals to develop the 23 acres at Crawfordsville Road and High School Road that the commission owns. After receiving and subsequently rejecting a proposal from a joint venture of Browning and Paradigm Real Estate Investments, we have since gone back and begun to work with Browning Investments as the developer partner for the project. So this LOI essentially confirms that the commission is going to be working with Browning to identify potential users for the site and as a preferred development partner for the site. Ultimately, assuming we're able to come to an agreement on what the development will look like and the scope of those improvements, that property would be purchased by Browning and developed thereafter. The LOI contemplates a $50,000 earnest money payment up front, and that allows Browning to have some control and be able to speak with authority in dealing with potential end users and assisting in developing the scope of a future development through the rest of this year. There's a provision in the LOI that allows for a 120-day extension into 2017. However, in order to make that extension, the commission would have to approve it. and that would require another $50,000 payment to the commission, which would in fact be a down payment against the purchase, or hard money, as it were, unless the commission were to reject their proposal at some point in the future. So that's the LOI in a nutshell. We recommend you adopt it. It's kind of an important next step for us to be able to start working with potential end users and developing the scope of the project, put together a really important development site for the west side of Speedway.
So in total, that's a $100,000 investment on the part of Browning to secure or hold that land while they negotiate or identify the scope or potential clients.
Correct, and if we were to perfect an economic development agreement, that would be a down payment against the value of the property.
Okay. Are there any other significant portions of the LOI that would be discussed further?
No, I think I hit the high notes. I mean, really what we're trying to do is be able to tell potential end users and a number of interested parties in the site that Browning, in fact, has authority of the owner, in this case the commission, to work on your behalf to identify potential end users. That's really the gist of this agreement.
Okay. And again, I assume that requires a motion.
Correct. Yeah, a simple voice vote would perfect the LOI, and we would make sure that a signed copy was provided to the developer.
I'll move that we approve the LOI for 2500 North High School Road to Browning Investments.
I'll second it.
So we have a motion and a second to approve the LOI for 2500 North High School Road with Browning. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Ayes have it 3-0. Number 10 on the agenda is approval of claims.
I'll make a motion to approve the claims as submitted by the clerk treasurer.
I'll second it.
So we have a motion and a second for approval of claims. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. 11, other business. Does anybody have any other items to bring before the commission tonight?
Mr. President, in lieu of some pretty scary impending weather, I'm going to postpone the remainder of our report items in the interest of public safety.
Having heard that, we will adjourn. The time is 6:08 p.m.
That's awesome.